1 of 20. 3, 2, 1, go. And by the way, I could count the 3 I've already done, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to count them. The first 3 runs I've done, which, okay, that might be inaccurate because of the offset was weird, the way I've done it. I'm saving 2.6 on number 1. Way too dank. But yeah. Okay, that's epic. Okay, never mind. Did not decide to be epic. Cool. So yeah, I've done this 3 times. I've done this 3 times before, but they don't count. Today is number 1. So I actually would have done 23 runs. I might not make that a hard cap, by the way, but I do want to commit myself to 20 runs before I, you know, do it on a marathon. I can submit to a marathon in that time, but I won't actually do the marathon. I will plan ahead so I have enough time to do 20 Tanks 100 runs before a marathon. So essentially how this run works, I have a backup plan if I game over. Obviously you can game over here, but I've done a ridiculous amount of Wii Play in the last like 2 years, coming up to 3. And I feel that it is safe enough for me to submit to a speedrun marathon. Okay, that is a death on mission 6. This is not helping me prove my point. So yeah. I feel like it's safe enough. So we're going to do it. We start with 3 lives. We get a bonus life every 5 missions. That means for an entire Tanks 100, we have 22 lives. I am going to play a little bit safer than I would normally do, obviously, in a speedrun. Or a normal speedrun that isn't just tanks. But I hope I could get sub-hour. So my backup plans for this are, if I game over before 50, then we're going to start another run, because 50 is actually really quick, for the most part. If you look at the 50 leaderboard and then you look at the 100 leaderboard, there is a massive, massive jump in the amount of time. Like, 50 is about 30 to 40% of a 100 run. Like, about 2/3 of it is the 51 to 100, because of how many more tanks there are and having to deal with black tanks and stuff like that for more than like 1 mission. Really? Okay, we're on 2 lives on mission 9. This is not looking good. Apparently I couldn't have had the, you know, the good run for the 100 attempt. Okay, good. So, that 5 was actually nice, though. 109. I think their PV is like 105. I mean, technically, this is tanks 10,000. Because we're killing 10,800 tanks in this, minimum. Because to complete a game of this, you need to kill 540 tanks. Right? So, tanks 10,800. Except that doesn't sound as funny. Tanks 2,000 sounds funnier. What? 2 lives again. Sure. 2 lives again. I'm just going to run it, because if we game over, then, like, it's the end of the stream, whatever happens here anyway. If I decide to reset, it's the end of the stream, so I might as well carry it on. So, my backup plans, as I was mentioning, before I got rudely interrupted by a bunch of tanks that are trying to kill me. If I game over before 50, we do another run, okay? Now, that extra run gives me, as I was saying, plenty of time to attempt tanks 50. If I have more time after that, or Or if I have more time after that, then I just carry it on for the rest of the estimate. No, I'm not going to do words on the street. No, we're not going to do words on the street on a speedrun marathon. What we will do... That was clutch. The fact that this is my safe way of doing this now is scary. But, like, I've got no choice. So if I die after 50, I've got tanks 1P, 2C that I can do. Which is a nice little backup, because that's also kind of cool. Either way, we get a nice little showcase out of it, in my opinion. I think it is worth accepting to a speedrun marathon. Although clearly I need to play safer than I am now, which is already quite safe. This is why I'm saying I need to do 20 runs of this before I consider doing it on a marathon. Because it is just a joke. Like, I don't want to get in a position where I'm close to gaming over on a marathon. Anywhere under 3 lives is not good. And as I've said historically, anything less than, like, 10 lives in the last 10 missions is also not very good. Like, I need the leniency. 1 life per mission is reasonable at that point. Those levels are that hard. In fact, even for level 90. Because level 90 is 8 grey tanks on the level 3 layout. Which does not sound menacing, but it really is. Sorry, level 4 layout, rather. The one with all the holes in the ground. It is not nice. Not nice at all. Please, 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 please. I want to live. Well, we're not PBing 20, but we could PB 50. I'm hoping I get a decent 50 PB during this. Like, not today, but at some point. Because I've got a really not great 50. That was a nice save. Please kill. Come on, bro. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That was very risky, though. I should, you know, stop that. By the way, this tank's PB was like 2 months ago, so this isn't terrible. If it was my tank's PB from like, or tank's 100 PB from, you know, the, I don't know, all achievements from a year ago, then it might be bad. But this is actually like a good run of tanks that I'm comparing against. Sub-hour is not going to come easy, but I expect I'll get sub-hour if I complete 20 runs of this. If I complete 20 runs of anything, I'll do well. Whoa, okay. Seagull, you've been here long enough. You know I talk a load of rubbish. 806 for that. Wow, wait. I died like 3 times and got an 80x. The last round might have been better than I thought then. So here, hopefully I gain a few lives back. Or I would say hopefully. It's not a guarantee, but hopefully I do. Because these missions now go back to only having a few tanks per mission. So these missions are randomized. In terms of their map layout and in terms of the tank grade. So we've already got an extra white tank right at the beginning here, which is not ideal, obviously. However, and that's kind of why we sort of transitioned to having splits every 5 levels in the end. But what we can do is we can sort of plan ahead, look at the layout as soon as we enter the mission. We get a few seconds to think about it, what our plan is going to be. There is another thing. Wow, this is not real. 51. Okay. Yeah, so what we can do is... Nice. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh my god, die. No way. Okay, that was just skill issue. That was so bad. Yeah. Wait, is there only 1 tank left? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so every mission now is randomized. The first 20 were predetermined. Same map layouts, same tank grades, everything. Yeah, the wrong thing died. My bad. So, yeah, it's kind of difficult to see that middle tank there on this layout because of the fact that it is a 2.5 dimensional game. Apparently we're a minute ahead, sure. Maybe I need to do highest achievements again. That is a joke. I'm not doing that again. Table Tennis 999 is terrible. Yeah. So, Mission 25, this layout, I believe, is fixed. However, the, nice. So, the layout is fixed. However, the grades of the tanks are randomized. One of the two is randomized, and I need to learn before I actually do a proper commentated run of this. It would not take much research to know. Considering there's not that much to talk about here, I really should learn that. But yeah, for now, this is not getting submitted as the commentated submission video. Yeah, I'm sensing a little bit of bias in the sadism there. Wait, SD? SD? No way, I thought we were going to get a tank SD. So that can happen as well. Yeah, sadism in the highest achievements comment there, Seagull. Yeah, so that can happen where there is a friendly fire. Enemy tanks will try their utmost to not hit other tanks, so much so that they actually just won't fire sometimes. Which makes sense because, wow, that's close. I literally had to back up there to wait for my bullet refresh. Yeah, so they just won't fire sometimes, which is useful. It kind of does make sense, because otherwise you would just end up with cheap kills in your favour, which wouldn't make much sense. Would kind of cheapen the game a little bit. So these green tanks are really annoying to deal with, especially when they're in the randomized layouts, because in stuff like Mission 16 and stuff like that, people think, you know, that's a really difficult level. And yeah, it is. It is a really hard level, especially when you're first coming across it, and when you inevitably game over, you have to start again from Mission 1. However, wow, that was close. I would have died again. Expensive kills. What was I talking about? Bro, I think I linked two sentences that were separate together. I was probably talking gibberish with that one. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I'm gonna break through this wall, because that is going there, and that is not helpful. What? Come on. 4 lives, it's okay. Yeah, on the randomized layouts, the green tanks are just an absolute pain. So here, this is not a great bullet spread, because it means I'm gonna have to wait a really long time to get the bullets back, but it is safe to do that. Okay, I need to stop splitting now. Now we have splits every 5 missions rather than every 10. Not every 10, every 5. What am I talking about? I'm on 3 lives again. Oh, no. Right, play safe time. Play safe time. I don't know play safe. This is the issue. This is the first time I'm doing Tanks 100. And not playing really slow and safe. So straight away, I'm just firing straight at that green tank. Trying to get it out of the way. Failing, unfortunately. Which is not good. I'm just going to fire straight at the green tank. Rather than at an angle. Okay. Okay, can you die? Thank you. That was clutch. Yeah, I'm waffling. I am waffling. That normally means I'm doing good, but I'm on 3 lives. So, that is not scientifically proven here. Okay, I'm going to go this way, because this is actually not good. Nice. That's still not a split. So I really do need someone on commentary when I do this run. I'm not gonna lie. Focusing for just tanks is what I do in gold medals. But in Tanks 100, that's even worse. Like, I cannot commentate this. I think that's what I've learned from today. I cannot commentate this. We got 3 brown tanks. Sure. I will redeem commentate to run. I don't know why I still have that. I commentate randomly all the time anyway. The only time I don't commentate is when I need to focus. I need to just remove that. It's pointless. It's literally pointless. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Cool. Okay, that might not kill. Oh, that was close. Wowee. Okay, this is why I had individual splits, because I have the instinct to always split. But I do like not having to split, but at the same time, this is when I forget splits. See, Find Me, where I have splits every 5 levels, and there are no distinguishable differences between most of the multiples of 5. So I just forget. I really need to be firing around walls a lot more. That would really help me. And Niv, my guy, you can't do raid in a reply. Surely you know this by now. Please. Come on. Get that kill. Why are there so many brown tanks again? I mean, I'm not complaining. These are so much easier to deal with, but... And it's just unusual. I'm actually getting lucky. And Niv can't hear me. How do you know that? Not with that attitude. So this is kind of a difficult brawl here. Dealing with a purple tank in the first, like, 5 seconds, and then if I don't kill it straight away, yellow tanks are coming after me, is difficult. Because yellow tanks are really sporadic with their movement. So, like, I can't really predict, oh, the yellow tank's just gonna ignore me, it's just gonna chill. Because that is not normally how it goes. So, yeah, they're really difficult to deal with. That was a very scary movements by the white tank there. Nice. Good effort there. And I got very close to dying to that green tank. That's okay. So, on these levels, obviously we can... What? Oh, there was a mine there. God damn it. Still back to 4 lives again. See, I did this in all my really good, fast Tanks 100s, but I had, like, 9 lives or something rather than 4. So we can play safe. We can go, like, cut through the middle and stuff like we normally do on this layout, but the issue with that is that, obviously there's a lot harder tanks to deal with. Also now we are seeing 5 or 6 tanks, I believe, per level, which is really hard. Normally we're able to just sort of corner 1v1 that one. Right, that's it, we're fine. Yeah, 5 tanks now. But right now we can't really do that. See, here would be kind of okay for me to break through the middle so I can clear out the green tank earlier, although the green tank keeps getting moved by the others, which is not useful. See, this is another thing that can happen. And what the hell? Why are you aiming at the wall? You don't do that. Okay, it's fine. The stone walls come back, so it's okay. But yeah, so what we can do, just spray bullets there. See, when we've just got 1 tank to deal with, even though it's a purple, which are not the easiest, as long as I'm not really silly, we should just be able to win the 1v1. Green tanks, I would say... or actually, no. The ones where I could realistically lose a 1v1 is anything from, like, yellow upwards. But mainly, like, white tank, purple tank, green tank, black tank. They're the only ones that I really should be losing a 1v1 to. And even then, a lot of the time I can play really safe and whip. But that's why I kind of have to stay really far ahead with my life count as much as I possibly can. So here we now start to see this layout. This is a new one. Really hard to deal with this one, actually. Nice double kill. We do still have a white tank on... No, sorry, we don't. Misinformation on the internet, etc. So here, spray at the wall. Hopefully we get that kill. Very nice. Good split. Back to 4. I think my 50 PB might not even be in these splits. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% certain. This might not even be a 50 PB. Please kill that green. Thank you. Good. Green's so scary there. It was in a nice position. I think it might have got moved along or something. This is this layout again, so I might go for that little... Okay, so that's the thing with teal tanks. So I was in real danger there. However, what I can do is I can sort of abuse the fact that they're just going to always fire directly at me. As long as I am a certain distance away and there is open space, I should just be able to avoid them. The problem with open space from now on, though, is that most tanks, like green tanks, thrive in open space. So it's hard to deal with those. Really should just be doing this. Let's get that kill. Yeah, nice one. Okay, now from now on, we play safe, because I don't have enough lives, ideally. I have way more than this, ideally. Thank you. I really need to save an extra bullet as well to defend myself against these greens. Or any, really, but mainly greens. Okay, this is 50. This is the black tank introduction. This is pivotal. These are really hard to deal with. You have to be constantly moving. They have one of the highest intelligence levels in the game, and that is first try. 22-17. I have game overed with 6 lives on mission 50. I've game overed there. In a run.